Folks, we gotta talk today about the new country song that is causing waves and mountains of controversy. They are pulling this song off of TV. They're trying to censor it from the radio. Even lawmakers in the Tennessee state government have came out and condemned this song. And what is it exactly? Well, Jason Aldean, who's a very big country singer, for those of you guys not familiar, has a new song out called Try That in a Small Town. And basically what this is one big diss track at BLM, Antifa, the left, urban criminals, all of that type of stuff. I think you can get the message of the song from the title, which is basically, right, you can do all this stuff in the cities, in the liberal areas, blah, blah, blah. Try that in a small town, right? That's sort of the message here. And as you can imagine, the left is saying very mean things about it. But here's some of the lyrics. We can't play the full song on the video for copyright, obviously. But basically, to give you an idea, right? Cuss out a cop, spit in his face, stomp on the flag, and light it up. Yeah, you think you're tough. We'll try that in a small town, right? See how far you make it down the road, blah, blah, blah. So basically, right, the point is, look, all this stuff you're able to do in certain parts of America, the very urbanized, populated parts, don't do this in the country. Try that in the small town. It is certainly a based message, right? I like it. I certainly agree with it. As you can imagine, all the conservatives are big fans of it. But it is so controversial here, folks, that CMT, which stands for Country Music Television, a very big thing, you know, it's sort of like the MTV, from my understanding of country music, has pulled it. Okay, they've pulled it off of their channel. They're not going to play it anymore because apparently, according to them, right, this song promotes violence, because that's what the left is saying. This song is promoting violence and extremism and vigilantism. And to that, I say a couple things. First of all, no, it's not. It's really promoting self-defense, right? It's saying that, hey, you mess around with us, we're going to defend ourselves. But if you do want to say, oh, it promotes violence, blah, 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 have you heard any of the other music? Have you heard rap music, for instance? And, you know, this is especially noteworthy because Representative Justin Jones, you guys might remember, this is the friend of Martin Luther King, right? These are those Gen Z anti-gun lawmakers. Remember, they stormed the Tennessee state capitol and committed an insurrection to protest January 6th or whatever. You remember this guy, right? Well, he went out and said this. He says, as Tennessee lawmakers, let me read it in the MLK voice because that's what both of them think they are. As Tennessee lawmakers, we have an obligation to condemn. It sounds more like Bernie Sanders or whatever. To condemn Jason Aldean's heinous song calling for racist violence. What a shameful vision of gun extremism and vigilantism. We will continue to call for common sense gun laws that protect our children and communities. Okay, Justin Jones. Okay. Okay, so first and foremost, this song never explicitly endorses or calls for violence at all. It says, try that in a small town, okay? Now, you might say, oh, Vince, it's insinuating at... Well, what it's insinuating at is, again, it's in self-defense. It's not insinuating to go out and kill people or any... It's saying, listen, in a small town, we're actually able to defend ourselves against crime and criminals and people who riot and burn and do all of these things. But still, regardless, okay, if this is the standard... Justin Jones, are you ever going to condemn rap music, right? Because rap music, a lot of these songs will very openly say, they won't insinuate, try that in Compton. They will straight up say, I killed this guy, kill that guy, I'll kill you, blah, 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 this and that. That's what they'll openly say, right? Tupac, who is, you know, one of the heroes of the left, because they say that Tupac was this big social revolutionary. I mean, you ever heard some of his music? You heard Hit 'Em Up, right? A lot of these leftists, a lot of these BLM types, they love that NWA song from the 90s, F the Police. Everyone's heard that song. You know of that song. And in that song, right, Ice Cube straight up says, what's the lyric? He says, Ice Cube will swarm on any mother effer in a blue uniform, right? So there's so many rap songs here that openly do endorse and basically call for violence. And of course, the excuse that the rap artist always uses, oh, well, it's expression, it's artistic. We don't really mean it. We're just rapping about it. We're just rapping about a lifestyle. We're just being artistic. But, you know, okay, fine. Maybe that's true. I don't know if I necessarily buy it, but maybe that's true. Okay. But are we ever going to get a condemnation of rap music from Justin Jones? Of course not. Of course not. The rap music that calls for actual gun violence and raps about having guns and all of that stuff, you will never get it. But of course, when Jason Aldean says, well, look, the small towns are going to defend themselves. All this nonsense, all this degeneracy, all this violence that's happening, you know, in a place like New York City, we're going to defend ourselves from that in a small town. That's what gets condemned, I should say, by Justin Jones. And honestly, I think that response really does reflect the greater standard in our country that you see with Kyle Rittenhouse, that you see virtually all the time with Daniel Penny and that whole thing, which is it is self-defense that is criminalized, right? So you even see it in our culture. Wonder where some of this stuff comes from? Well, when Ice Cube says, I will swarm on any MFer in a blue uniform, that's fine. When rappers on a regular basis talk about killing people, raping people, doing all this stuff, that is fine. But when a country music artist, right, kind of responds to all of this culture and everything that happens in our country by saying, mess with me, you're gonna find out, right? I will defend myself. That's the problem. That's what gets condemned by our lawmakers. And of course, you wonder why our lawmakers and our judges on the flip side criminalize self-defense. This is where it comes from. It comes from the very attitude that, first of all, you need to sit there and just accept the fact that delinquents and urban criminals are terrorizing people in our cities. And then if you turn around and stand up to that and criticize that, of course, you're the one who's racist. You're the one who's violent. You are the one who gets condemned by the American state. And so it is very true. But this is all to say, be sure to go and stream, check it out, go leave a like on the music video of Try That in a Small Town, okay? Even if you're not the biggest country music fan, which, I'm from LA. I never grew up liking country music or being into it, but even if you're not the biggest country music fan, go support this song, okay, 100%. We need to do it. Everyone rally around Jason Aldean in this very moment. And look, here's what I will say. Like I said, I never grew up relating to or really being a fan of country music, but throughout the arc of the conservative politics thing, right, you kind of start to realize that country music, and you see this from the attitudes of some of these artists, right? Country music really is the last genre en masse left that still has not fallen to the woke entirely. Now, that's not to say that they're not trying, because obviously, as you can see, look at the response of CMT, look at the response of Nashville. You ever listen to the CMAs, the Country Music Awards? It's all sucks. It's just a bunch of nerds, right? They'd never want to touch the politics or any of that stuff. And so don't get me wrong, they're certainly trying to change that. They're trying to get rid of that. But for now, they're running into this problem, obviously, right? Because Nashville, don't get me wrong, they want to go as woke as they can. CMT, all this stuff, there's a reason they're pulling this from their music videos. But the issue is, first of all, it's not just that the artists, most of these artists secretly, think about like Morgan Wallen, for instance. We know where he stands politically secretly. The fact that he doesn't say anything confirms where he stands. But really what it is too, it's the people, right? How many liberals listen to country music? Virtually none. Maybe 2, 3 in the whole country, which of course is a reason why it is baffling that CMT is even pulling this music video to begin with. Probably has to do with, oh, we're going to lose advertisers. We're going to lower our ESG score. Okay, maybe. But dude, you have no liberals this is like Bud Light, right? Liberals that weren't drinking Bud Light. Liberals are not listening to country music. You are totally alienating everyone that listens to you. And, I can fully expect, I think you're going to see a very serious boycott because there are no country music fans out there that are liberals, virtually none. It is very rare. So, this is the divide though in that genre, right? It is Nashville, it is the record labels, it is the CMTs of the world versus the artists and the people. And, but it's nice. The thing I like about country music is it's one of the only genres, obviously we understand why it's the conservative genre, but it's really one of the only genres where there's a large share of artists and popular artists out there that either do not fall to the woke or very openly, like Jason Aldean, like Riley Green, like a lot of people, just openly stand up to it. And so you got to appreciate that. You got to like that. Don't get me wrong. They are trying to neuter the genre, though. Don't get me wrong there, right? They're trying, but don't let them do it, okay? Do not let them surrender country music. Be sure to go and stream the new Jason Aldean song, Try That in a Small Town, and let me know what you think. But yeah, all right, folks, thank you to everyone who tuned in to this video. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. And until I see you guys live tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern time, Alpha moves only. God bless. Have a very good day. Oh, be sure to sign up for our email list. Okay, we got an email list, thevincedao.tv.com. Again, that is thevincedao.tv.com. Sign up for our free exclusive newsletter. And until next time, Alpha moves only. God bless and peace. Hey guys, guys, Vince Dow here. Hope you enjoyed that clip from the Vince Dow Show. If you did, be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you are new to the channel. And be sure to check out the Vince Dow Show live every weeknight here on this channel at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. It is a great show. Many are saying this. So leave a like, check out our other clips, and be sure to check out the show. Yeah. God bless.